I'm feeling like Moses. Finally made it to the mountaintop. Met God at the pinnacle. Fire raining, bombs drop. Nagasaki ain't got nothing on me. Flaming breath that'll leave you holy. 4 gates we can see his glory. To the mount shook, it was in the story. Like, that what you get. Yeah, that what you get. My God is lit. Yeah, my God is lit. You think it's a game. You think that you safe. You think that he playing. You go for the flame. And it's a shame, but who could you blame? Oh, that what you get. Yeah, that what you get. My God is lit. Yeah, my God is lit. You think it's a game. You think that you safe. You think that he playing. You go for the flame. And it's a shame, but who could you blame? Yo.
Amen. Say lie. They say grace. I say nah. They say yeah. I say law. Serve my king. Based off faith and commandments, both in tandem. Pieces to the puzzle, never random. Line upon line like a blueprint. Put them all together like he planned them. Show the vision. Think he bringing peace. Nice for the vision. Give me Babylon, war religion. Luke 18, so you know his visions. Lord, most high in Christ, bless the nation. Restoration is the destination. Heaven's gates for the congregation. Resurrection on my reservation. Look, this is close. You heard the scene, then you get the ghost. Hit the streets, go from coast to coast. Till they meet the captain, they gon' see the host. Write it down, hope you taking notes. Marvel at it, this is not the Black Panther or the purple heart flower. This the power of your hour. Time ticking, got an hour. Ain't no vibranium, but this word vibrating craniums. Rock a dome, call his head stadium. Laws of God, ain't no outdating them. Invade, now they ain't aliens. Past the future, prophecies turn to history. Wanna see what we meant to be. Get the crown that was meant for me. Thus saith the Lord.
That what you get. Yeah, that what you get. My God is lit. Yeah, my God is lit. You think it's a game. You think that you safe. You think that he playing. You go for the flame. And it's a shame, but who could you blame? That what you get. Yeah, that what you get. My God is lit. Yeah, my God is lit. You think it's a game. You think that you safe. You think that he playing. You go for the flame. Y'all got him, and it's a shame, but who could you blame? Go. Top G, I know what they saying about me. I know how they plan to stop me, but I'm bought with a price, no swap me. No weapon foreign, yeah, it got me. So a hater can never top me. I got a cavalry beside me, so a demon can never try me. Ay, yeah,
Nehemiah, chapter 8 and verse 8. So they read out the book of the law of God distinctively and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading. Hey, what we doing? We understand it. Let's get into it. We understand it. Read scriptures fluently. We understand it. That's what the topic be. We understand it. Prophecy. Hey, what we doing? We understand it. Let's get into it. We understand it. Read scriptures fluently. We understand it. That's what the topic be. We understand it. Prophecy.
We ready? All right, man. We in the building,
check.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, shalom. Check. Mic check. Y'all can hear us? Hey, man, we down here, man, straight from the South in Memphis, Tennessee. You already know what time it is, man. Man, you see it back there, man. We here to help you understand the prophecy that's being fulfilled in the earth.
Once again,
there's a lot going on in the earth today, man.
I say that one more time for the
There's
people
a whole lot of going on in the earth today, man.
You can't keep up with it, man. Like we had some stuff for the show the last time. A day later, 2 days later, man, it's a whole
a lot of stuff jumped off, man.
Talking, man, it's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, if you ain't coming out and giving the people, linking the people to what's going on in the Bible with what's going on in the earth to prepare them, then I mean, what you really hear if you dealing with the Bible? What purpose you really serving?
Man, Cap. I mean, look.
Officer, I got you.
Look, understand. Look, it's some stuff going. Yeah, that's what it is.
Man, hey, keep your quiet, man. Read, bro.
Hey, like you said, there's so much stuff going on. I saw something that Captain. That's what I was saying. Captain Zakar posted earlier about a pastor supposed to be a man in the Bible, in the Word, talking about the Lord don't have no say on when nobody live or die.
Oh yeah, this Negro crazy.
Man, I'm just like, so these people out here, they're supposed to be in the Word of God.
And that's basic.
These
Our
Christian
kids know this.
I'm trying to tell you, these Christian pastors, look, they have not bringing out no prophecy. They have not preparing y'all and showing y'all what's going on in the earth today according to the Bible. Look, it's just ridiculous. Like, these folks just need to put the Bible down. They need to just set it down, retire, and just get out the way.
Hey, give me that in Second Ezra 7 real quick. 21, I think I will. Second Ezra 7 in verse 20.
Before we do that, let's introduce the panel.
Oh, dang, I forgot, man. We gonna jump right into it. Hey, man, this Understanding Prophecy. I'm one of your hosts, Officer Daniel Shalom.
Officer Moses, Shalom. To my right.
Hey, Officer Phineas, Shalom.
Oh, we got the panning going on. Hey, and make sure we don't forget about the reader, man. The reader
Officer Jeremiah.
Man, you here, man. You already know it, man.
Yeah,
That
right.
you the blood on the mic, man.
Oh, praise.
All right. Hey, so yeah, give me that real quick. 7 and 29, I think 21. Yeah, 21.
This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 21.
Because this would remind me when you were saying how we was going into like how these pastors, they ain't fit for the job
At all.
They ain't the ones that's supposed to be, because they hired. So they ain't the ones that's supposed to be the shepherds that the Lord sent to help save the sheep. They just ain't it. They ain't got the answer, Sway. Read what you got.
They ain't got that.
Second Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 21.
Now start with verse 20.
Verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life.
There's many, a lot of our people gonna die. The scriptures prophesied 2/3. Read.
Because they despise the law of God.
And the reason why one of the reasons why they despise the word of God, because the pastors tell them that the laws of God are done away with.
Literally being taught to
Right.
despise.
This is being taught. Read on.
That is set before them. For God have given straight commandments.
Right. It says that it's set before them, because this Bible is everywhere. This is the most sold book. I think every 30 seconds or so, a copy of the Bible is being sold. So this book is everywhere in front of everybody. Read on.
To such as came. What they should do to live.
It says God gave us great commandments, such as came on what we should do to live. Read.
Even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
The pastor is not telling all people what their punishment gonna be if they go against the laws. They letting them understand. They ain't giving them no understanding that, hey, listen, when you die because you despise God's word. Now jump to verse 9 real quick and give me verse 8. When you die because you despise God's word, whether you believe me to tell you that the laws of God done away with, or you just didn't keep them because you didn't want to do it.
Right.
And you heard the prophets and you heard the prophecy and read them yourself and you still went against them. There is another life after death. You just don't.
Right.
Ain't no just I'm gone and that's it.
It's still lessons being
No,
taught after death.
yeah. Your life just began because the soul never died. Read what you got.
Second Esdras chapter 7 and verse 8.
No, 9 and 8.
And verse I apologize.
Yes, sir. It's all good. It's all good. You used to rap
Second
it.
Chapter 9 and verse 9 and verse 8.
Nah, there's a prophet right there. Yeah, I'll read what you got.
Shall be preserved from the said peril.
Now go up to verse 7.
Verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape.
Escape what? Nuclear fire, ICBM missiles. Boom! The bombs.
The waster.
That are pointed towards America right now as we speak, while our people are still asleep. Read on.
By his works and by faith,
Read.
whereby ye have believed.
And that's us. Lord, keep the spirit on all of us so we can fulfill this scripture right here.
Right.
Read on.
Shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land.
That's what we waiting on. We're waiting on the salvation of the Lord in this land. Read.
And within my border, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
We was already sanctified from the beginning. The Lord already got it set up to where, hey, listen, I'm gonna have the battle of Jehoshaphat to be you got several nations that's gonna come over here and they gonna war over here, all because of why these same people, they enslave us during the sub-Saharan slave trade and the Atlantic slave trade. And all these people that's going to be at war, they had a hand in that. Jump to verse 9 now.
Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
So it's people right now abusing the Lord's ways, read.
And they that have cast them away despitefully.
Cast what away? His laws, statutes, and commandments that we tell our people to keep on a daily basis. Read.
Shall dwell in torment.
Read on.
For such as in their life have received benefits.
So it's benefiting them right now to get EBT welfare, to be able to be in society and so-called thrive. Read.
And have not known me. And they that have loathed my law.
And these are the ones that hated God's laws. That when we told them, they turned their back. They had guns against us. They had high heel shoes hitting us over the head. They done poured out weapons on us, so on and so forth. Read.
While they yet had liberty.
And while they yet had liberty, time to repent. Read.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them.
And when we came to them in the streets, in their own neighborhoods, read.
Understood not.
They cared less about knowing what God really had them to do out of these laws, read.
But despised it.
Now, what's going to happen for the people that deal in that setting right there, read.
But despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
It ain't over with, Negroes.
After
death. Yes, your life is going to begin after death with your soul being punished, all because of why you let this flesh dictate and determine the outcome of your soul.
But see, a Negro be like, man, YOLO, you only live once.
Yeah, you is good.
But you can die forever.
Yeah. You gonna die forever. Yeah. You gonna burn forever. You gonna be punished forever. Hey, but we got that first video. We didn't get a chance to get it.
Yeah, bring that up, because we had a visitor in town, didn't we? A very prestigious visitor in town.
We couldn't get the black woman, huh? Oh yeah, they got it.
Look at that.
Yeah, let's sit down with the safety task force roundtable discussion.
Yeah, show you.
Play that. Pull that over to the. Yeah, there you go.
Our sisters love massa.
I could sit out on my porch and drink tea in peace. My children can go outside and play in our backyard again. And for the first time in 5 years, I don't hear any gunshots in my neighborhood. It's been... It's been almost 6 months, and it's like a whole new world. That silence means everything to me. It means safety. It means peace. It means that I can breathe again as a mother. What years of waiting couldn't fix, you did it in just 3 weeks.
Hey, that's
And
enough.
I'll never forget
That's enough of lies.
Cause her nose brown enough already as it is. She already brown skin. I mean, your
she
nose
got all
brown
type of
enough.
cocaine powder on her nose. From sniffing the white man erectile dysfunction. It don't make no sense whatsoever, man. You got your nose all up the dang on massa butt.
I'm talking about.
Now, she said all of that. You know what I'm saying? At the Memphis Task Force roundtable discussion, said all those beautiful words to the white folk room of white folks. Now let's get the chief of staff how he felt about her speech. Let's switch it over and get the chief of staff. The highest ranking man on the planet Earth. Yeah, he visited Memphis yesterday. Yes, did he? Yeah, that's what the old folks say. He visited Memphis, and all the crime and things that going on in Memphis. This is how he felt. He showed us how he really felt about Memphis as a whole and about that speech that the sister just said.
Yeah, this the commander-in-chief, right?
Yeah, this is the commander-in-chief, the highest ranking
El
man
Presidente.
on the face of the earth. Yeah, play that. Switch that over.
DJ T right here.
Yeah, done.
Donnie.
Trump visit Memphis.
Memphis Task Force. President Trump visited the Bluff City today to tout the effectiveness of the enhanced federal crackdown on crime. Noticeably absent from those who gathered to welcome the president, both mayors and the Memphis police chief. Action News 5's Joyce Peterson live in studio with details. Joyce.
Yeah, Joy, with dignitaries and members of the Tennessee National Guard in attendance, President Trump, with his cabinet members beside him, did a 1-hour victory lap today celebrating the Memphis Safe Task Force. 6 months after launching the Memphis Safe Task Force, President Trump visited the Bluff City Monday to tout its success.
And Memphis safe again.
We've achieved one of the largest, fastest declines in violent crime ever recorded. So that's something, right? Ever recorded.
The president congratulated the task force on making 7,000 arrests, seizing 1,100 illegal weapons, and recovering more than 150 missing children. At the roundtable with him, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel, Gadi Serralta, head of the U.S. Marshals Service, and Tennessee Governor Bill Lee.
What has happened in the last 6 months has potentially, and I believe generationally, changed the trajectory of this city.
In East Memphis, American flags and smiles at this pro-Trump rally.
Hey, get that next video. Get that next video I just posted. Because this is the same meeting eventually. Later on, what happened after Trump came with all the energetic speakings and, and saying Memphis is safe again. By the way, for those that's not in Memphis and they're on the outside looking in, it ain't safe
Memphis
here.
ain't safe.
What the hell is going on? We had a whole state trooper to get shot in the face. We had a whole 7-year-old to get robbed at gunpoint. Right. Memphis ain't safe.
Memphis ain't safe.
So what the hell is we talking about? And notice,
don't be fooled.
They use the same tactics. Just like they got y'all believing Memphis safe, they got y'all believing over there everything's all right across them waters with the war against Iran.
Right. Everything's
ain't
under
nobody
control.
Safe, man.
That's what Trump want to tell you. That everything's under control.
Yeah, listen. Yesterday, America is over with. Listen, every day we waxing worse and worse. It's getting even and more out of control as the days go by. We will never get back yesterday, USA ever again.
No, everything's different. People, just like what you said, everything has changed. And I don't know if everybody keeping up with what's going on, but the way the economy worked, the way free trade was just 4 weeks ago, a month ago, hey, that world's gone. The way the world system was for the last 80 years in economics, it's over with. That's gone, and it ain't coming back.
And the prices, notice everything, anytime anything happen, the prices never go down.
No.
Remember, Trump promised, the oil prices going to be low. I'm going to cut them in half.
Right.
Yeah, no America first, no wars, all of these things. Come on. All the prices of everything going to go down. Right. But this shit is out of control. What the hell is going on around this shit, man?
Not today's price. If not.
It's crazy. But play that video real quick. Why the sister was,
brown
white nosing and brown nosing, whatever else nosing she was doing. Play that real quick.
812 drug offenses and
Pay attention to Trump,
757 gang-related offenses. We have seized over 1,200 illegal firearms and located and returned 150.
Look at that boy. He's asleep.
Each of these arrests and seizures of illegal contraband have a ripple effect, bringing justice to victims, relief to communities, and the prevention of future offenses or deadly accidents.
Hey, Donnie is out of here.
Our work, however, has not just been about arrests and the seizure of illegal firearms and narcotics. Our Tennessee National Guard partners have made a significant impact while serving on the task force by administering several life-saving doses of Narcan to overdose victims.
Hey, man, they put that man to sleep.
Chasing down and detaining a fleeing murder suspect on Christmas Day.
Hey, this is
everybody like to tap him. Hey, look.
Yeah, hey, he's zoned out, man.
Ain't he the one that gave Joe the nickname Sleepy Joe?
Sleepy Joe.
Biden, he the one gave that boy.
Trump the sleepster, right?
Hey, I'm going to tell you, look, you know why Trump falling asleep, man? Because, look, the media and all these people, all these other world leaders is wearing his ass cat raggedy with questions about what he doing with the war because he messing up the money.
Hey, he pissing a lot of white people off.
Look.
He pissing a lot of them off, bro. They coming out of the woodworks. They ain't playing with Trump when it comes to this war.
Up the money, man.
They even said, what's the dude that the young white dude that they shot? Charlie Kirk.
Oh yeah.
They were saying that he was visiting the White House, and he was basically telling Trump, do not start a war with Iran. Because, that's like a suicidal attempt. You here trying to start a war with Iran, and Iran believe in scrapping a bomb to their body and having everybody to be blown up around them by the tens of thousands.
And you know, a lot of these people, though, they really understood the thing about Iran that's different between those other Islamic countries. And the reason why everybody's saying don't start a war with them is because exactly what's going on now. Because with the Strait of Hormuz and all these the energy infrastructure that's around them, they know that look, if it don't go right with these people, it's gonna hold up a bunch of our money. It's gonna mess up the money for the world. And we finna get into that. Matter of fact, let me get into the video. Let me get video 2. Video 2.
Hey, that's powerful because people don't understand how powerful that route over there is when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz. And I'm gonna mispronounce the word because I see it as Hormuz.
Hormuz, yeah, it sounds good to me. We saying Hormuz though for the rest of the show.
We gotta go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull it over. There you go.
Now, in the fourth week of war in the Middle East, 20% of the world's oil and natural gas remains blocked at the Strait of Hormuz. As U.S. President Donald Trump tries to force the strait open, Iran has threatened to retaliate by targeting energy infrastructure in the Gulf, an escalation that would push oil prices even higher. The International Energy Agency warned that the leaders were not taking into account the gravity of the situation.
Hold on, pause. That's what we were just saying. He said, look, these people everybody wasn't taking into account the gravity of the situation.
Hey, and them ain't smiles. Them ain't happy either, Mike.
Everybody over there looking like, hey, that's 20% of the world's oil.
That's global.
Global.
This ain't no little, right here in this little area. No, this is global.
So we finna see how a lot of this stuff start to impact a lot of these different countries. Keep on playing. But the gravity of this thing is that the world economy circulates through just a few veins. And one of them veins, if they're Strait of Hormuz right there, the world economy. So when you put a choke point on that, it can start to choke out a lot of nations real fast.
Folks go to dime, man.
4 weeks, because it ain't just, we think about oil just about like oil for burning lamps or, just cars cooking. And stuff like that. Cooking, like, you know what I'm saying, or fuel. No, it go way, everything, a lot of stuff is made from petroleum and oil. And so it can kill a bunch of industries real fast just by that. Play what you got.
Especially Japan.
Oh, yeah. Watch it. We can get into it.
Remember the two consecutive oil crises in 1970s, 1973 and 1979. And at that time, in each of the crises, the world has lost about 5 million barrels per day. Only as of today, we lost 11 million barrels per day.
Since the start of the war, oil prices have skyrocketed from $68 on February 27th to well over $100 per barrel. The price hike is being felt at the pumps worldwide, with many governments instating fuel purchase limits. Here in Croatia, the Minister of Economy called on citizens to not buy more than they need.
That's an Eastern European country, Croatia, right there.
I said there's a limit. They have a cap on how much gas that they could basically use. Over here in America, you pull up.
Right.
Fill up, whatever. Yeah, but over there,
they rationing it. Yeah. But listen, it's a lot of countries like that. It said 20% of the world's oil. Now, that's not spread across. That's not an aggregate to like how much we like to think about it like how much of that oil we using. We ain't using a lot of that oil. America isn't using a bunch of that oil. But these other countries on the Eastern Hemisphere, that's pretty much, it's places like Japan, places like these islands, different nations like that, get all of their oil from over there. So when they get cut off, their whole country is dry. Watch, play.
The biggest energy crisis in history. Use those energy sources optimally, rationally. I urge people not to stock up.
Asian countries who are dependent on oil from the Middle East have been especially affected. Facing supply uncertainty, many are holding onto their stockpiles. China has banned fuel exports outright, while Vietnam and Thailand have also restricted fuel sales to other countries.
See that? Hold on.
Yeah, they stopping it.
Listen. So these countries that have stockpiles, they buy a lot of oil and buy a lot of fuel from the Middle East countries, right? And they'll stockpile, and then they'll sell, like Japan will sell oil to like Vietnam or Cambodia, you know, these other little countries that's around them, right? They might sell some of that oil to them, and so they can't tap in directly with the sources in the Middle East, so they'll sell them their oil.
Like the middleman.
They like, no.
Right, we can't afford to.
Yeah, you can't come to the table with the big dog and speak to Saudi Arabia, but you just get what you get from us.
Right.
No, they cutting that off. So them countries like that, it's over with. Play on.
While U.S. and European gasoline cargoes are now being shipped to Asia to bridge the gap.
So now it says now the U.S. is trying to ship some of our stockpiles over to these countries because we got treaties and deals with these countries. And we gonna see that all of these deals that we made,
we ain't gonna be able to hold them for all of them.
Can't hold them. They broke. That's over with. And a lot of these countries seeing this. Matter of fact, give me go ahead, go straight to video 8. Go straight to video 8. I want you to see what's going on in Asian countries.
Come on.
They don't even want to pay the TSA workers in the airport.
Oh no, yeah, they done got ICE over there.
Yeah, to do their job. It's crazy, man, out here.
They forget they mixing 2 jobs to one. They trying to deport and
it's crazy, man.
Import export at the same time. All right, play what you got. Video 8.
3 weeks into the expanding war in the Middle East, shipping through the Strait of Hormuz is only possible with Iranian permission. The waterway is critical to the shipment of the world's oil supply, and that is exacting growing pain across this globe. We get more now from CBS's Anna Corin in Taipei, Taiwan.
As drones and missiles rain havoc on oil and gas facilities across the Middle East, thousands of miles away, the war has triggered a crisis in Asia, with energy shortages hitting almost every country on the continent, all dependent on the Persian Gulf for supply. Japan and South Korea are tapping into strategic reserves, while developing countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand and the Philippines are rationing fuel and closing gas stations. In India, protests have erupted over surging prices and acute shortages. China has reserves and pipelines, but has already banned exports of jet fuel, diesel and fertilizer, which is having a knock-on effect.
So now it said jet fuel and fertilizer. See, people don't think about that. People ain't thinking about them cheap flights. It's over with. It's out.
Right.
Cheap flight, no, you finna pay arm and leg. You trying to go cross country or out the country now. It's ridiculous.
Lord have mercy.
Fertilizer was the big thing. The U.S. and the Western Hemisphere and a lot of countries get most of the fertilizer and stuff come from the Middle East. Look, a lot of it petrol based too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff. These food shortages, it's been a month now, right, with this war going on. Wait another month. If y'all ain't been preparing, if people ain't been preparing, how long we been saying prepare?
Years.
Man,
prepare for the famine.
About 3, 4, 5 years.
Man, how long? Look, there's stuff in it. Right now, gas immediately. You can see that immediately. But now, diesel fuel. How many people drive semi? Officer Jeremiah, you got a semi. How much the diesel is right now?
$5.
$5.29 last night.
We got to take into consideration. That's down.
That's here. That's right here in the
talking
South.
about prices like in
because California 87 is $5.
Right.
Now, when you got to pay more for diesel, everything that we get, that we touch, come off of a truck. Now the price is gonna get spread to that. The farmers can't get fertilizer. What about the crop shortages finna happen? All of this stuff comes straight from the almighty dollar and that petrodollar, that oil. A lot of stuff is finna start going down. So we've been saying people prepare for the longest time. People been playing games.
Because yesterday's price
is not today's price. Today's price. Finish it out.
And other countries, like you said, the things that's going on with the war, it affect other outside countries. Like 80% of Japan oil and a lot of their resources come through there. Let's just say you ain't got no oil coming through there. You still, like you said, you got fertilizer, you got water, you got food that has to go through this same route to get to these eastern countries, and it's affecting them to where especially when you go to the levels of energy. A lot of these people don't have energy in their hospital.
Right. The turbines to fuel the electric grid is gas and oil. So now electricity shortage, this energy shortage is finna be ridiculous. Yeah. And it ain't, look, this ain't too far from over here. It's gonna touch it.
It's most definitely gonna touch it.
The US of A is gonna touch it. So look, y'all better have y'all generators. I suggest solar because when they look, when these folks start doing what they doing over there and start shooting that up, guess what? I don't know if y'all know about this. Now this is just a coincidence, but maybe it ain't a coincidence. I got one video. I'm kind of jumping out of order, but something happened in Texas. Do I got that? I send that. Something happened in Texas. One of the major Valero oil refineries in Texas just blew up. Yeah, like yesterday. Or was it?
I think
that's weird.
Yeah,
I did hear that.
What a winky thing.
Now, Port Arthur, Texas. Here you go. I'm finna send it to the prep group, and when y'all get that, and let's just see what's going on, because gas prices and everything are already going up, and they trying their best to try to make deals to open up the Strait of Hormuz over there to get the gas prices to go down. But then just so happened in America, one of our biggest oil refineries blow up. Watch this.
Doesn't that sound suspicious? It's just like what's going on in Cuba. Right? Cuba got the same thing going on.
It's been a blackout in Cuba, complete blackout. Right. Power grid went down for a whole week and a half week.
That's hot, and Cuba doesn't have a lot of solar panels like China and these other nations.
So people just dying.
They dying.
They took them back to the Stone Age.
Right.
What gonna happen if that happen over here?
Right.
And my favorite president, Trump, said he ain't care.
Yeah, he did.
I ain't see that. I ain't never seen that side of my president, man.
Right. That's
he's an upstanding guy.
I thought the Don was for everyone.
Man, look, the Don said he don't care. Don said he gonna come and save them. He gonna take over Cuba.
You know what?
And save them.
This remind me, because people don't come.
They're gonna be the 52nd state.
They don't come to our defense, but we gonna come to their defense. All this war and killing and stuff going on, and resources being taken. Mm-hmm. And it's clear and evident that America have on the back of their dollar, "In God We Trust." What happened to John 3:16?
Right,
I'm looking for.
Why ain't nobody really just having the spirit of John 3:16 going on? Because these nations could care less about the book that belongs to us.
Right.
The only people that's tricked and fooled is the so-called black and brown community to think that these people God is gonna save out of the chaotic afflictions and turmoils in earth that they are the head of, that they are making sure that these things go on and can care less about saving anybody outside of their nation of people. And some of them gonna die. They don't care about them.
Right. They don't.
But play that.
Look at the flares.
Bright orange flames seen here raging at one of the largest oil refineries in the U.S.
Huge explosion just happened at Valero. It just shook my whole truck.
Thick black clouds of smoke filling the sky over Port Arthur, Texas.
The thought that came to mind was someone may have dropped a bomb. That's what it felt like.
As a massive inferno engulfed part of this Valero plant Monday night.
Supervisor here in dispatch just called. He advised that it was a heater. The heater had exploded.
A shelter in place has been
Man, that's a cap.
When the last time you heard of a heater exploding in a gas? Heater? Like, listen, go let them play it out though. This is crazy to me. I'm like, coincidence? Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Play it.
Port Arthur's mayor trying to reassure a community on edge.
It wasn't a terrorist threat. It was nothing. One of the units just exploded.
Valero saying all personnel are accounted for and there are no recordable injuries, but not saying when the plant will be fully operational. Analysts tell NBC News if it remains offline for weeks, gas prices could soar even higher.
There it is.
A gallon of regular gas now up a full.
That's it. Look, listen. If it remain offline, gas prices already soaring, it's going to soar even higher. You think that's coinky-dink?
Nah, man.
Nah. And you know what got me kind of spooked, I ain't going to lie, you know what I'm saying? Because Trump just pulled up in Memphis. And, he don't just show up in Memphis.
Right.
Guess what we got in Memphis? A Valero. A Valero plant. I'm like,
And then you know his homeboy,
come to check
my favorite president homeboy got little stuff over here. What's his name?
For Fed guy?
No. What, Elon Musk?
Oh yeah. Right.
Elon got
down around about that way too.
Got some stuff around his area too, man.
Yeah, in the same area, around about that way. I'm just like, you know what? I don't know what you got planned, but look, I ain't trying to pay $5 Cali. Just chill out, Donna.
Let him cook.
Please chill out. I don't know. Even like or refinery you got over there. I don't know.
Hey, but the good thing about the spirit that the Lord, because get that in Exodus 15 and verse 3. The good thing about the spirit that the Lord is putting in the earth, for people that don't understand spiritually, you don't know how to discern, we're going to discern for you. Because the Lord, he has a characteristic trait that we often don't speak about. When I say we, I'm talking about the black community, because they think the Lord going to come back with teddy bears and hugs, you know what I'm saying, and kisses. But read that.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, and verse 3.
That man voice deep as hell. Check him out now. Go ahead.
Man,
the Lord is a man of war.
It says he's a what?
The Lord is a man of war.
We see that's going on right now today. Now through war, guess what? Some people has to choose sides, and the Lord is formulating the nations, especially the Carmanians over there in these eastern countries. The Lord said he gonna put a spirit on them to where they get they act together and come together.
Right.
Come back together. They gonna remember they first estate as being wild. And guess what it's also gonna do on the flip side? It's gonna help Israel gather together. Because he's putting so much out in the earth to the point where it's gonna be back how we used to have it, to where, hey, listen, you got some sugar over there?
Right.
Hey, you got some cornbread? Hey, let's put our sugar and cornbread together and give me some buttermilk, and we're gonna be back eating like we used to do.
Hey.
Community.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real experience of gather together, oh people not desired. We gonna see that we're not desired in the earth, because back when the what you call happened with Katrina, the event with Katrina took place.
Right, the hurricane
took place, and the city was flooded.
People had to be displaced and go.
People had to be displaced, but at the same time, in those communities, when those black people was trying to get back to their communities or whatever the case may be, there were white people riding around shooting and killing our people.
Right. We brought that out on the show.
Yeah. So it ain't far-fetched. The Lord is going to make us choose a side. And for all those that choose the wrong side, hey, you got to live by the sword, die by the sword, be with the sword, whoever you want to be with. I'm just trying to stay with the Lord.
Get that in Zephaniah, because what also is saying is the Lord is putting conditions in the earth to make our people, the real Israelites, come together.
He's gonna force us
He's
to
gonna
come
force
together.
all that. Look, and those of us that's in this truth, that's been in this truth, that's been following these commandments and keeping the commandments, we come together like Feast of Tabernacles. What y'all think that is?
Right.
The Lord is really showing us how we're gonna have to build those bonds and come together, and with that sense of community. There's been just little glimpses of what we're gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But I'm seeing that gonna have to come into full action with the condition that the Lord has put in the earth. Read what you got, Zephaniah.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Read.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
So that's what the Lord is calling us to do. We got to come together. The Lord is going to make us come together, make us gather together, because the condition that's about to be in this earth now, oh, yeah, you're going to have to come together. One thing about the Edomites.
Hey, read verse 2.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it out.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Before the decree, bring forth.
Guess what that decree is? What we seeing now.
The decree of destruction.
The decree of destruction. Nuclear ICBM destruction is prophesied to bring forth Babylon down, like the prophecy said. Because some of y'all think America gonna last forever.
Someone wanted to last forever.
Yeah, they want it to last forever. This is the best nation on the planet Earth, and all people love to live it up and live it out. YOLO, they say. Read.
Before the day pass as the chaff.
before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
You see the beginning stages of God's anger right now that's going on in the earth. Read.
Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
It says, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. That's meaning judgment is going to be brought forth. and you just gotta walk into it. And it ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it. Right now, if they shoot a missile over here and it's able to reach America, and that missile is gonna take roughly 30 to 60 minutes to reach over here. Majority, 99% of our people don't have underground bunkers. They don't have nowhere to. The only people that really got access to something like that is the rich people. Like I think Rick Ross then did a little bunker, and it may be a couple more of rich people that got underground bunkers that they doing or whatever. But it ain't a great large amount of us because we all struggling. Right. But we the main one that hate each other and always against each other. When the Lord is saying, hey, what I'm creating in the earth, y'all gonna have to put that hate and that differences to aside.
Absolutely. Because even at that point, those that have bunkers and the billionaires that got these mountain bunkers in underground cities, don't the scriptures tell us what's gonna happen to them?
Yeah, you can run, but you can't.
Don't the scriptures? One of y'all mighty prophets. I know y'all got it. I know you can. You know,
Jeremiah 30.
I'm trying to leave space for you.
You can run, but you can't.
I'm trying to leave space for you. You said
that's me singing. That's the good voice that you hear. You can run, but you can't.
Bring it out, then, Officer Joel.
You know what I'm saying? You can run, but it ain't no place that you can be able to outrun the judgments of God. It just ain't. You ain't built like that. You know what I'm saying? Even the Lord said in Isaiah 42, I think. Oh man, what you got? You got the scripture over there, bro? I'm trying to help you out.
You see, I tried to make space for him
real quick. I got you. I'm gonna find it. If I'm not mistaken, is it Jeremiah 30:30, or is it Jeremiah 16:16? Something like that. Go to 5 and 11, and then I'm gonna find this jump real quick, Jeremiah. No, it's hunters. We gonna be hunters. We fishers right now. And we going to be hunters. Because that's what you're talking about, ain't it, Officer Moses?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got to be hunted down, man.
Yeah,
just think how they did our brother Rasheed Carter down there in Mississippi. That brother was hunted. He had his whole cranium cut open. They lied like it was an animal that bit his skull open or whatever. Think about what happened to our brother that was rolled up in the mat. What's his name?
Kendrick Johnson.
Think about these things, that how our brothers' souls and their lives was hunted.
Yeah, Jeremiah
down.
16:16.
When you read Lamentations, it says that they hunt our steps in the streets to where we can't go in them. So the Lord gonna put that same thing back in the earth, but it's gonna be on the flip side. You got it? Go ahead, do your thing.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 16. Behold.
Be what?
Behold.
Come on.
I will send for many fishers.
Right now, you see us coming out to these street corners on the Sabbath. We out here on flyer missions. We have blisses. Right now, we fishing for the men, the women, and the children right now to bring them back to the knowledge that you are the Israelites according to the Bible. Read.
Said the Lord.
And that's commanded by God. That's why we out here strong, warlike. We ain't playing no games. We have charity. We have mercy right now. We have compassion. And we have a fire lit under us to go out there and bring our people into this knowledge, to bring them into the knowledge that they are better than what they are portrayed, what is propagated in these social medias, on the TVs. You all, the black, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the Israelites according to the Bible. That's what we out here doing. We're fishing right now. Read.
And they shall fish them.
And guess what? We gonna fish them. Why? Because we know ain't nobody else gonna do this job but us. Read.
And afterwards,
read.
Will I send for many hunters.
Oh, what?
And after will I send for many hunters.
So guess what? Right now, we are fishing. But once the Lord get done doing what he gonna do, he gonna give me a body that cannot be destroyed. And then what is he gonna make me?
And they shall hunt them from every mountain.
You can be in a bunker, you can be in the ocean, you can be in a mountain, you can jump on a rocket ship. Guess what? I got time.
You can be on another planet.
You can be on. I got time.
Damn it, we coming.
I got time now.
We coming, man.
Read on, finish it out.
And from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks.
And that means, guess what? I'm gonna drag you out of it.
Hey, Give me Isaiah 2.
That's
Give me Isaiah
right.
2 and 19.
I
Isaiah
thought you
2
had
and
took
19.
my scripture, bro.
I might.
Nah,
you gotta be quicker than that.
It probably say the same thing, but it ain't no way that I read it.
Yeah, bring it out.
I hurry up and look down at the book. I was like, oh,
Did he get me?
Nah, go ahead.
Thought I clipped him. Give me Isaiah 2 and 19.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2 and verse 19. And they shall go into the holes of the rock.
See, that's these elites. These billionaires. What they gonna be doing? They gonna go into the holes of the rocks. Read.
And unto the caves of the earth, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty.
They're going to be trying to hide from the Lord. They're going to be trying to hide from the Lord in their little bunkers in their caves. But look, if they're going to save them, read on.
When he arises to shake terribly the earth. In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver in his idols of gold, which they made each one from himself to worship, to the moles into the baits. That's what you want?
Yeah.
To go unto the clefts of the rocks, and unto the tops of the ragged rocks, for fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty, when he arises to shake terribly the earth.
And they're shaking. Part of their shaking is going to be those hunters shaking those caves loose to come after these folks.
That's
running
right.
your pockets.
Running it. Hey, what you got off? I know you
Hey,
had
jump to 47 and verse 3 real quick.
Yes, sir.
Bring it out.
47 verse 3. 3 and 4, and then we're going to jump to 6.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
They nakedness shall be uncovered.
God said thy nakedness going to be uncovered because America perform themselves and portray themselves to be a virgin lady. No, you ain't. You a hoe. Read what you got.
Yea, they shame shall be seen.
God said, I'm going to make them shameful of all the acts that they committed in the earth. It's going to be revealed who is the man of perdition in that day and time. Read.
I will take vengeance. And I will not meet thee as a man.
So the first time the Lord came on the earth during the Roman captivity, he was a man. They helped crucify him. The Lord said, when I return on the earth, I'm not going to be a man this time. Jump down to verse 6.
Verse 6. I was wroth with my people.
Uh-huh.
I have polluted my inheritance.
That's what happened to us. Right. Us being killed by the other nation and the Lord sitting back, not doing nothing about it. So they think, read.
And giving them unto thy hand.
Uh-huh.
Thou didst
show.
Thou didst show them no mercy.
And they ain't none of these nations showed us no mercy. I just was at getting a tire, my tire, I had a flat tire and I got a spare. I put my spare on it and I went to the
tie shop.
Yeah, the tie shop that's owned by the Iranian man, the Arab man, or whatever the case may be. And he proceeded to say that our problem is, because I was like, what happened to the black guys that used to work in here? He was like, oh no, they stealing. I said, man, you probably just lost something. They ain't stolen. Y'all always think black people steal, man. No, see, the problem with you people, man. I said, what the hell you mean?
You people.
They said the problem with you people, man. Y'all brain is so small, and y'all love smoking the weed, and y'all love sex. Y'all love just banging the sex and doing the sex. Huh? I said, you ain't talking to one of them niggas. I said, it's a different. I said, I've been married. I said, and I understand. Yeah, because you know, we got you all out of slavery, and you guys still didn't do what you're supposed to do. I said, what about the damn white man? How the white man doing over there? And what you got to say about him? Because he over here taxing you and doing the same thing that you did to us. What the hell do you mean? And you didn't get us out of slavery. You lied. And matter of fact, on top of that, I said, y'all put us into slavery, and then y'all did us worse or the same as the white man. Y'all sold us to them
for longer. Hey, that's one thing about those areas. People be thinking, man, the Ak at the corner store cool with you. No, Ak hates your gut.
That's the reason why they sell us pork.
Hey, look,
you know what I'm saying?
And listen, one thing about it too. Hey, you said something heavy. One thing, like you said, these Arabs be at the store, they'll sell you pork, but even in the Quran, you not permitted
to eat pork,
or even to give it to somebody.
Right.
But when they see you as an infidel, they got certain laws and certain rules that they listen to out of the hadith to tell you that you can get that type of stuff to an infidel.
Right.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Can I get a scripture?
Please get a scripture.
Give me
Yes,
Psalms
sir.
83. Psalms 83, because he want to act like he
Ak ain't your friend.
He act like he got me out of slavery. No,
Man.
bro, you ain't do nothing.
These folks crazy.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? God got a hit list, and guess what? Y'all on it too. Right? Read what you got, man.
This the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Right.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
They look, it said thy enemies. It's not just Edom that has built up or has came together and wrote a contract and said, look, we're going to get together and we're going to oppress this group of people to make our pockets fat. Now jump straight to 5.
Verse 5. Come on. For they have consulted together with one consent.
One consent. All of these people that it's about to say have gathered together and said, we are going to do this to the Israelites. Read.
They are confederate against thee.
They are in friendship. Read.
The tabernacles of Edom.
That's the number one.
Edomite.
For sure, we can go all day on Edom, i.e., Mr. White Man. Friendly neighborhood white man. Read.
And the Ishmaelites.
The who?
And the Ishmaelites.
Who is that? That's who the officer was just talking about. Number one is the so-called white man. The second one, the wild man, is Ishmael. We haven't forgot, Ishmael, about the slavery you put us in. We haven't forgot that. God hasn't forgotten about that.
Like you said, the Lord ain't forgot. Give me Joel chapter 3.
Nah, that brother woke over there.
Oh, praise.
I thought he was going to pull out the book of Jeremiah. Now he going to give me Jeremiah. Pull out the book of Jeremiah.
Give me Joel chapter 3 and verse 3.
Bring it up.
Since they took us out of slavery.
Come on,
man. But like you said, the Lord ain't forgot.
Nah, man.
Go ahead, give it to me.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people. And have given a boy for a harlot.
Like Officer Daniel said, y'all had a hand in our slavery. Come on.
And sold a girl for wine. And that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
So the Lord, like, what you got to do with my people, O Tyre and Zidon? Go ahead.
And
you
all
Ishmaelite,
the coast of Palestine.
The Palestine, the Arabs. Come on.
Will ye render me recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
And that's what's going on right now. That's why the white man dropping bombs on y'all to this day, because the Lord finna destroy Iran.
The Lord finna destroy everybody playing games with his people, because everybody, all nations. Matter of fact, get that in First Maccabees. First Maccabees, I think it's First Maccabees 2. Let me see. First Maccabees 2 and 10. First Maccabees 2 and 10. All these nations got to get it. The officer brought out Psalms 83 earlier, right? That's the hit list. God got a hit list. And every one of these nations got to get it. But the Lord will let you know all these nations have had a hand in it. Read what you got.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Read.
What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gathering of her spoils?
So the prophet is asking, what nation has not had a part of Israel's kingdom, our kingdom, have not taken us into slavery and got their spoil of us? Every last one of them. The question was rhetorical. So the hit list that God got in Psalms 83 is expanded. Everybody got to get it. Right. Go back to Joel 3. Go back to Joel 3, because I got some videos coming up next, because I want to show you what the Lord is actually doing. Joel 3 and start at verse 9.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Read.
Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles.
So the Lord saying, look, go to the Gentiles, all these other nations, and say this. Let the world know this right here. Read.
Prepare war.
This is war. Read.
Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near.
So what's the Lord doing? He said, I'm calling all the men of war, every nation, all these nations, all your mighty men, everybody that's ready for war or have assembled armies. Yeah, y'all finna get ready to use them. He said, come on, read.
War, let them come up.
War.
beat your plowshares unto swords, and your pruning hooks unto spears.
So those are nations. Those are nations. He talking about, look, y'all nations that was peaceful, that wasn't militarized, like Japan. I'm telling you, like Japan, ever since Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they've depended on the U.S. for their military backing. Right. They had they went to their technical industries and improved their economy instead of their military, and let America back them up. Just like South Korea, they let America back them up. All these places like that. He said, no, y'all that was just doing things like agriculture and technology, now make weapons now. Right. Read.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Let even the weak nations say, no, we strong, we ready for battle too. Read.
Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about.
Read.
Thither cause thou mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathens be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I set to judge all the heathens round about.
So now, you see what the Lord is doing. The Lord is calling all these nations to war and said, come down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. What are we seeing right now when it comes to this economic crisis caused in the Strait of Hormuz? You finna see every nation come there, but why they coming? They don't think they coming there for battle or just outright war, because a lot of these people don't want to get into the war. They want to just see Israel and America just, hey, y'all handle that. But since it's messing with their money, they gotta come. You see how the Lord worked? The Lord like, look, I got a way to make you come down here, to make you fight. You might not want to fight, but wait till your money start drying up. Wait till you have an energy crisis, and you gotta come down.
Wait till you ain't got no food.
Yeah, oh yeah. You're going to have to come see about what's going on. So the Lord is forcing these nations to come. Give me this video. Give me video number 2. Give me video number 2.
And by the way, this is some good stuff from the Lord.
Oh yeah, all of this is for the real nation of Israel's benefit.
Oh, yeah.
Now, video 1. We're going to get straight to some war. Video 1. I already played 2. Jumping out of order. It don't matter.
Let the Spirit use you, bro.
Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on in the world today.
Trump said the strikes on Iran's power grid were paused. Iran said that was a lie and proved it with action.
Hold on, pause. Trump said the strikes on Iran's power grid was going to be paused. Hey, Iran said, he lying.
Yeah, with that.
He ain't lying. He lying. We ain't been talking to us.
Come on.
Trump is really out here lying on, capping on everything he's doing right now. He's saying these folks, he's like, look, we're having really good talks. As he's saying that he's having talks and peace talks with Iran, Iran's like, man, this man ain't said nothing to us. We ain't talking to him. We at war. Get started from the beginning again. Because you see a bridge that he's blowing up right now.
That looked like a controlled demolition to me.
Play what you got.
Trump said the strikes on Iran's power grid were paused. Iran said that was a lie and proved it with action. Within hours, Isfahan, Bushehr, and Khorramshahr were hit. The IRGC made its decision. Every power plant in Israel and the Gulf is now a target. Kuwait just found out they meant it.
Every power plant in the region, every power plant energy place is a target.
This is war!
These people are targeting every power plant. So, like we said before, it's not just the oil coming through the Strait of Hormuz. With all that energy, people buy energy from the Middle East, right? Buy get their electric grid, all of that type of stuff. A lot of that energy come out the Middle East. It's finna starve a bunch of countries out. So now a lot of people finna have to come down there and see what's going on. Finish it out.
March 23rd, Donald Trump told the world that US strikes on Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure would stop for 5 days. By the following morning, energy facilities in Iran had been hit again. According to Iran's Fars news agency, US and Israeli strikes on March 23rd targeted a gas management building and a pressure reduction station in Isfahan, damaging parts of the facilities and nearby homes. In Khorramshahr, a projectile struck outside a gas pipeline station serving a local power plant.
A US-Israeli aggression targeted energy facilities in Isfahan and Khorramshahr, affecting gas supply lines belonging to the power plant in Khorramshahr, which led to a complete power outage in the city. The leadership of the Revolutionary Guard has decided to respond to all power plants in Israel and the Arabian Gulf.
All right, now, go to video 5. You see what's going on now? It's tit for tat. They said, okay, you struck our energy facilities.
We're going to strike some of yours.
Now think about that. If, just like that explosion we just saw in at the Texas oil refinery, if that started to put a strain on the power grid, just imagine when the snow come through here and people be out of power for 2-3 days, 4 days, 5 days, how chaotic it be. It said that all the power in that one city is just out. It's over with. And it ain't gonna come back because you got to rebuild that infrastructure.
Rebuild it, yeah.
How you gonna rebuild it in the middle of a war? In the middle of a war? Hey, look, a lot of stuff finna go on. A lot of people finna suffer all throughout the world because of what's going on. Video number 5. So Iran said we vow to still strike. Cause one thing about it, no matter what they strike in Iran, somehow Iran still launches missiles and good ones. Them folk got
their old stockpile.
Them folk had a good stockpile. I'm talking about the old stockpile, the new stuff. Them folk dropping all type of stuff everywhere. It ain't stopping. Play what you got. Hold on. Drone swarms pound Saudi oil heartland as defenses crack. What defenses? Who defended Saudi Arabia? Who's supposed to be defending Saudi Arabia? The U.S.
We supposed to.
The U.S. in America has Patriot and THAAD missile systems, right? Defense missile systems that they loan Saudi Arabia to keep stuff like this from happening. Well, Iran hit them earlier, like 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, destroyed all this stuff. So guess what America had to do? They had to go get it from somewhere else. Right. I'm gonna show you where they got it from. It's crazy because a lot of people was trusting in America, was trusting in Babylon to have their back. Y'all, let's see what's going on. Let's play on though. These are the drones.
Saudi oil hub under siege. A drone waves intensified.
Right, drone waves. These drones don't cost but a couple $100
it's
to make.
It's easy for them to make a drone.
Swarms of them.
And America has to use some of their most expensive, high-powered technology
to stop the drones.
To stop these little mediocre drones.
So that's the thing about Iran. Is like, look, it's messing us up because the stuff that we got to do to replenish the missile systems costs thousands and millions of dollars.
$300,000,
$50 drones is doing damage around here. All right, play.
Even if it was a $2,000 drone,
they can't sustain it. Right, they can't sustain the money to try to keep up with what they doing damage with.
Drone strike deep. Saudi oil region face unrelenting assaults.
All right, the IRGC says the attack on Saudi Arabia was carried out by the UAE, not Iran. So now, this is what's going on. These folks is they trying to put the blame on each other. So that's the Iranian guard. They said, no, United Arab Emirates is the one that shot at you, Saudi. He said, far as quoted and informed the source. The origin of the drone attacks in
Rahadid?
Yeah. Riyadh, okay, in eastern province of Saudi Arabia is the UAE. All right. IRGC Public Relations had announced minutes earlier that the drone attack on these two locations in Saudi Arabia have no connection to Iran. All right, play on.
A new phase of escalation is unfolding in the region as Iranian drone power projects deep into Saudi Arabia's strategic oil heartland. In recent days, large-scale drone swarms have repeatedly targeted the kingdom's eastern province, a region critical to global energy supply and the backbone of Saudi oil production. These coordinated strikes are being framed as part of the broader response by the axis of resistance to continued U.S. and Israeli actions against Iran. Saudi authorities have announced multiple interceptions, claiming that dozens of drones were neutralized in successive waves. In one of the largest incidents, more than 50 drones were reportedly shot down in a single night. In another wave, dozens more drones alongside ballistic threats were intercepted.
All right, look, let's go to video 3. I want to show y'all something. So, all of this stuff, this is Saudi Arabia, right? The thing about Saudi Arabia, all right, is that like all of that, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, like I said, this is a big energy supplier to the world. So that's putting not only the Strait of Hormuz choking off energy from people, but every time that one of these oil facilities get hit, it also choking it out because, like I said, you got to rebuild this stuff. Right. This stuff is not just like
overnight infrastructure.
No, it's not just like okay, they stop bombing it and we can keep on shipping. No, we can't process nothing no more. So if look, all this stuff another month or two, y'all finna see a bunch of stuff start going crazy. People,
because they're hitting oil and gas lines under earth, underneath the earth. So they making specific targets that they're hitting to devastate the economy, to wipe out certain economics to where it ain't no coming back from this.
Right, you're gonna see this is Iran's plan. This is why the people were saying before, y'all not understanding the magnitude.
Don't go to war with
Iran because they can disrupt the world economy.
Yeah.
And if they plan, they're like, we ain't even just trying to beat y'all head up. We gonna hit you where it hurt. The world economy. So
hey, they go to the great lengths because the Strait of Hormuz, they receive their materials from America through there. So they was like, hey, we'll rather put that on pause or whatever the case may be. Ain't nobody coming through there. And they said they said they got ships backed up. I think it's one country that did pay, but they said every ship, in order for them to pass through there, if they do let them, it's going to be $2 million per ship.
They tax them.
$2 million per ship.
So they making money.
They making money at the same time.
Hey, also, I got a video for what you saying. Can I play it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just put it in the group because it's going into how much it's costing U.S. to actually war with these folks. They know exactly what they doing.
Right.
They know that they
can't keep up with the dollar amount.
Right. They know exactly what it is. When y'all get that video, I just sent that video. Y'all put it up for me.
Hey, and then play my video above that video right out there.
And I still stand on, how can you beat somebody?
On whose side?
I stand on God's side. Jesus Christ, the black Messiah.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm
Jesus
Christ. We love you, God. But, you cannot beat somebody that is okay with dying.
Right.
Brad, no.
You can't beat
okay with sacrificing their bodies, their kids,
not only that,
their wives,
strapping now. Okay, it's one thing to be a martyr, right? Okay, but to strap explosives, that's a different level of insane.
They teach them when they're in grade school these things to be martyrs at their age. So when they become adults, it's already in them to know, hey, I'm going to God, to my God. My sacrifice, me sacrificing myself for my nation to be able to thrive, is going to put me with God. It's a win-win situation, hands down.
That's how you know this is of God, because I believe no sane ruler would do nothing but come to the table like, hey, bruh, how can we make some adjustments?
No, you can't. The adjustments come off the lives of the civilians.
Right.
But there's no talking around the table to discuss anything if the civilians is ready to die.
Right. That's what I'm like. Can we work this out, brother?
No.
You know what I'm saying? He don't want to work nothing out no more.
Well, they tried to work it out.
Yeah.
But they end up like Atola. They end up like
okay.
Hussein. So what is his name?
Saddam
Hussein.
So they
end up like these people leaders. So they ain't, bro. They ain't. I'm telling you, they ain't trying to hit none of that with America.
America has basically
they done tore every bridge, every pair of underwear, every.
They done tore the draws.
Man,
right. They don't got no off ramp. Play what you got with Officer Jeremiah. Got that video right there. Play that. Top G got some things.
Shout out to Captain Got Alive.
Yes, sir.
Play that real quick.
If Iran is weaker, why isn't it losing? Everyone keeps saying
I'm hearing two videos. I'm hearing two videos playing.
And that's much.
Yeah, stop that video, then just play this. Put it over to the other screen.
To win. If weaker, why isn't it losing? Everyone keeps saying Iran is getting
hit. We're still hearing two videos.
Why does it still hit back?
All right, so look. While we get together, I got something. Look, bring out get Get 2nd Esdras 15. 2nd Esdras 15 because I got the video. 2nd Esdras 15, and we're going to start at verse 27. All right.
Scared me when you said 2nd Esdras. Man, I'm like, man, I got 2nd Esdras 8 ready.
Man, you know,
go ahead.
You know, get what you, look. Told you. You got to be quicker than that.
27.
Yes, sir.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth.
So the plagues coming upon the earth now. It's going to be energy shortages, food shortages. When energy and food is short, right? You're going to have blackouts. You're going to have, like we said, hospitals is blacked out. A lot of sick folks. It's going to be a lot of plagues and what's the pestilence is going on. Right. It's a chain reaction effect with these things when you don't have energy. People going back to the Stone Age. Read on.
And ye shall remain in them.
God said, you're going to remain in this. Like I said, it's not going to be a quick turnaround. Destroying all that infrastructure, it's going to take a while to build it back up. Read on.
For God shall not deliver you.
Read.
Because ye have sinned it against him. Behold, in horrible vision, in the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragon of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
Many war machines. These Arabians finna come out with many war machines. We're gonna show you who joining the fight because now, like I said, Iran is doing something which are the Carmanians that we about to read about. Is hitting Saudi Arabia, hitting Kuwait. They hitting all these neighboring Arab nations that's been in league with America and the West. They hitting Jordan. They hitting all these different nations.
They got these embassies in that land.
Yeah. So if you got a base, you got an American base, and we know America got their bases in like 800 countries. 850. If you got one in armed shot of Iran, they shooting at you.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna be riding with Edom when your brothers out here starving.
Right.
That's basically how they rolling.
That's
right now.
perfect how God got it designed for to put the spirit on all of them to come back together.
Right. He gonna put that stick on them until they come back. Read on.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth.
The wind flies swift across the earth. That's what it's saying. All these missiles is flying swift across the earth. Read.
That all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
So that's the UAE. That's the United Arab Emirates. That's Saudi Arabia. That's Kuwait. That's Qatar. That's all these ones that's been making these deals for 80 years with America to get that good cheap energy, that cheap oil, using the petrodollar. All of this finna come to an end. The Lord says no. He gonna make these people cause them to come up. Right. Read.
Also the Carmanians raging in wrath.
That's what they doing right now. Hey, drone swarms all across the Middle East. Read.
Raging in wrath shall go forth as the wind boars
of the wild boars,
as wild boars of wood.
Of the wood. Also, the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as wild boars. What a wild boar do? Have anybody ever been hunting?
They will run
a wild boar attack everything. Anything in reach, a wild boar will attack. This is what the Lord didn't just use that animal by chance. He letting you know. And we see what Iran's doing right now, attacking everything in reach.
And some of them eat anything.
Right.
And then they don't care, man.
Yeah.
That's a perfect animal.
And with great power shall they come.
Didn't nobody know that Iran had them Fatah 2 missiles, them hypersonic bombs, and them cluster bombs? They ain't know they had all that. Read.
And join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the
Assyrians. So right here, like I said, in prophecy, the land of the Assyrians right here. This ain't talking about ancient Assyria. This is modern Israel. This Tel Aviv getting towed down right now. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that. Give me that in
Hey, real quick. Play that video that I needed real quick.
If we did know, big deal. I mean, we have to do what we have to do.
Yeah, and you said they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked.
Yeah, you see that?
Nobody.
Trump said he's quoting what Trump said. They hit all these countries that we just was speaking
Bahrain,
about.
Kuwait,
That's
Qatar.
the reason why it says in 2nd Esdras where it says they're gonna waste a portion of the land of Assyria, but it's gonna be with great power. America wasn't expecting them to hit all of these countries in with the U.S. embassies that they set up.
Right.
That's great power. It's surprised. Now, when the last time you know America to be surprised of anybody when it comes to war? And we got the most powerful military on the face of the earth. That came out of the chief of mouth. on.
Ahead of time that might be their retaliation.
Nobody, no. The greatest experts, nobody thought they were going to hit. They were, I wouldn't say friendly countries. They were like neutral. They lived with them for years. Remember, they got all of those missiles, and I heard they were sending missiles to UAE.
See that?
I said, that's strange. You know, UAE is like the banker for...
They ain't caring none about that. You doing too much business with the United States.
He is flabbergasted.
He's like flabbergasted. The UAE is like the banker for Iran. Surely I didn't think that that would be the last place that they would blow
blowing the bank up.
They don't give a damn.
Everybody can get it.
But in all of this that's going on, of course, you know, the pride of Esau got to come out. Play on. It's crazy.
Like the banker. Qatar, their neighbors, they got along okay. Saudi Arabia. All of a sudden, Kuwait is getting hit. Bahrain is getting, all these countries are getting hit. There was no expert that would say that was going to happen. It's not a question of like, gee, should you have known? And if we did know, big deal. I mean, we have to do what we have to
big deal. Y'all got to take care. Hey, look, y'all can handle these missiles. Don't worry about it. He said big deal. Ain't no missiles getting shot at you. You talking about big deal.
Hey, Trump crazy.
Go back to
man.
second here to read verse 31.
Hey, read that again.
After they wasted a portion of the land of the Assyrians, what they gonna say?
Pull that one up when we read this one.
Verse 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature.
So the Lord is like, look, these Carmanians gonna hit you with a couple of rocks upside your head till you get the picture, till you remember your nature.
Yep.
To remember that you're a wild man like them.
Right.
To not be holding hand in hand with Esau, with the white man. The Lord's gonna make these folks wake up. What you got off the job?
I want the video, but not. Hold on. I want to speak on what you just saying. See, Trump trying to use reverse psychology. Oh, I'm surprised that them their neighbors, them your friends. They gonna do y'all like that. He want them to turn on them, but it's what you said. They bombing them so they can come together and turn on America.
Yeah.
Let's get that video though.
Yeah.
Hell, I would too. Yeah.
Well, America can't protect them.
But America was supposed to protect them, and now they showing them that look, America can't protect you.
Right.
But
so
from me,
you can't be, and you can't be. Yeah, from me. It's like the big brother. You like, I'm gonna go get your. It's like you trying to go get your friends to beat up your big brother, and they like, no, you
gotta come home to me.
Yeah,
I'm the dude. Where your friends gonna be at when you come to the house?
Hey, when you lay down,
you gotta come to the house. You tripping?
Yeah, bruh. Crazy.
Y'all got it? Put it over. Go on, play it.
If Iran is weaker, why isn't it losing? Everyone keeps saying Iran is getting hit. So then why does it still hit back? You're analyzing the wrong battlefield. This isn't a strong versus weak war. It's centralized versus decentralized power. Most armies are built like this. Kill the leaders leads to system collapses. Iran built the opposite. No center, no single failure point, no clean victory. Even if you destroy command, local units still operate. Proxies still attack. Missiles still launch. That's not strength. That's design. Now look at the cost game. A $10,000 drone forces a $1 million interception. They're not trying to win battles. They're trying to make war too expensive to continue. And then comes the real leverage. 20% of global oil flows near Iran. They don't need a clear victory, just enough disruption to unsettle the system. Oil spikes, markets panic, pressure shifts from battlefield to global economy. So what are you actually seeing? Not dominance, not victory. It survives impact and spreads the pain. And that's much harder to defeat. Because how do you win against something that doesn't need to win?
Right.
All right, that's it.
Check this out. Get what I want. Video.
Cold-blooded right there.
Right.
If you didn't understand the war by now, I hope like hell you did after that video.
Now get video number 4. Get video number 4. Get video number 4. No. Get 3 first. Get 3 first because now they need help. Because just like what the officer just brought out, this is too expensive just for us to do this.
Right.
What?
But
NATO,
we just said that. We just said they make little drones and you got to shoot. You got to shoot it down with
$1 million missile at a $10,000 thing at the most.
No way you're gonna be able to continue to go to war with these people.
And that's if the $1 million missile hits.
Yeah,
this
that's
$10,000 drone.
Yeah. Before it do damage. Look, get video 3. Get video 3. Now they asking for help. Watch this.
And American citizens, them Edomites, they know this. That's why they was like, hey, listen, we don't need to go to war with these people. Let Israel do their own bidding. We ain't in that. We ain't finna go to war for Israel.
Start the civil war over here.
Leave them folks in Rome. You want some of this too, old man? No. Damn, America said no, goddamn.
Hey, play what you got.
What more proof do you need that this regime
trying to get sympathy.
that threatens the entire world has to be stopped? Israel and the United States are working together for the entire world. And it's time to see the leaders of the rest of the countries join up. I'm happy to say that I can see some of them beginning to move in that direction, but more is needed. President Trump's call to have the international community confront this terrorist fanatic regime of zealots.
All right, video 4.
That
video
is
4. I just want you to see the little Satan asking for help. Now watch what happens. Look, it's been about a month, and everybody been laying back like they ain't want to get no part of it. But it's been about a month now. The Strait of Hormuz is choking all these economies out. It's choking the energy out. Now, let's see what's going on. Because NATO been sitting back like, nah, we don't really want no part.
We don't want to get in it. We're going to let them handle it themselves.
Look at this.
And remember, Trump was talking trash.
He flipped NATO off.
Oh, yeah, he was talking bad to him.
Who needs NATO?
All of this, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. Good to have you with us this morning, sir.
Shannon, thank you for having me on the program.
All right, I want to start with some criticism. You know, the president has been sharply addressing what he sees as NATO's failures in this current situation. Here's what he said in the Oval Office earlier this week.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. And I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
Have you talked with the president?
Hey, talk cash money, man. Listen to this guy, man. Look.
You guys have had a good relationship.
Yes, we have, and we talked several times this week. But before I get there, let me just say at the top of our interview that my thoughts and prayers are obviously with the men and women in uniform who are at this moment fighting to make the world more secure and implement the president's vision of making sure that Iran will not get its hand on a nuclear facility, a nuclear capability, and a ballistic missile capability. Then to the question. I know the president was angry because he feels that European and other allies have been too slow. The good news here is that since Thursday, a group of 22 countries, most of them from NATO, but also Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, the UAE and Bahrain, most of the other countries from NATO, coming together to implement his vision of making sure that the Strait of Hormuz is free, is opening up as soon as that is possible. So we are now planning, the military people and others, amongst this group of 22 nations and with the US, when can we do that? What is needed? And how should we do this?
All right, that's it. Hey, y'all see this? Y'all see this? 22 now. NATO now. 22 more nations about to get pulled into this. They didn't want to. They've been trying to. And look, he doing a complete reversal of what they was saying. They was like, nah, this was a war of choice by America. We don't need to get involved with this. America chose to get into this. This was all this stuff. America acted aggressively, but now they saying, no, let it play out. Cause we'll listen to what he say. Cause look, before NATO, this is the NATO spokesman. They was like, America shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have did this. They shouldn't have started this war. It was a war of choice. Listen to what he say now.
Concrete direction on that logistically. Will they be sending ships? Will they be sending air support? Will they be sending people and personnel?
Well, let me first of all say that I know there is a lot of debate in the US and in Europe whether this campaign of the president against Iran was necessary. And let me tell you, it is. It is crucial that the president, that the US is doing this.
All right, stop. See, that's all I want to hear. You see what I'm saying? Before it was, the U.S. should not have started this war. Now he's like, it's crucial that they did this. You know why? Their pockets are getting hurt right now. Now the people in their country like, hey, y'all need to go do something and stop this and get this stopped so we can, hey, they feeling it at the gas pump. They feeling it in the electric bill. They feeling it now, so they like, the people is telling the politicians, hey, y'all better go do something. Hey, so look, 22 nations, and it said Japan and Korea. So you, like I said, we saw what was going on in these Asian countries earlier, right?
Yeah.
But now what we're not seeing is all these other players, because it's not just America and Israel and Iran, right? These other players that's around here is going to get pulled into this. Let me show you who else is getting pulled into this.
Hey, you got a lot of these European countries that get pulled into
that's
this.
NATO. That's the 22 other nations right there.
Right.
Most of them is European.
Because a lot of their resources come from the so-called Middle East. So, of course, this war is way bigger than, you know what I'm saying, like you said, Israel and the Palestinian. Nah, this is a global war. You know what I'm saying? If you really paying attention to what's going on.
Because people like, hey, World War III can start. Look, it started, y'all.
Yeah, it was the beginning phase.
Look.
You know how the baseball game had an endings.
Yeah.
The game started.
Yeah, right. And you know,
it's different endings in the game.
And you know, in a chess game, you got the board fit, then you have the opening.
Yeah.
But the game don't get started till about 8 moves in.
Yeah.
So now, listen to what this says. Now, this could be, it's a bunch of AI stuff going out here, like AI videos, but the information that he's saying
is relevant.
Watch this. It could be AI, I don't know. But I've been watching this guy, him, but then there's a bunch of AI fakes of this guy too. Play.
Everyone is watching Iran. Everyone is watching Israel. Everyone is watching America. But the country that could change this entire war overnight, nobody is watching. And it is Pakistan. Okay, so I want you to really pay attention to what I am about to explain, because this is something most analysts are not talking about right now. And once you understand it, you will see this war very differently. So, where do we begin? We begin with Saudi Arabia. Because Pakistan does not enter this picture on its own. Pakistan enters through Saudi Arabia. And to understand that chain, we first have to understand what is happening to Saudi Arabia right now.
The Iranians are hitting Saudi Arabia right now as we speak. Missiles, drones, energy sites, oil infrastructure, all of it being targeted deliberately and systematically. And I want to be clear, this is not random. This is not accidental. This is Iran executing its core strategy in this war, which is destroy the economic foundation of the global order. And the way you do that is you go after the energy supply of the Gulf states. Because without cheap energy flowing out of this region, the entire global economy begins to break down. That is what Iran is doing. And Saudi Arabia is right in the middle of it.
All right,
now,
pause one
here's
second.
where
just go back to the other video where it said, how do you beat these folks when they don't need to win? All they need to do is destroy the world economy. And the whole world order that's been going on for 80 years,
it's done.
It's different now. The world is different right now. It ain't going back to what it used to be. No. Yesterday's price ain't today's price.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Play on.
Very interesting. Saudi Arabia has a choice in front of it right now. And that choice is, do we formally enter this war against Iran? Do we make this official? Do we declare war? And the reason this question matters so much, the reason I want you to think carefully about this, is because of what happens the moment Saudi Arabia makes that decision. Saudi Arabia and Pakistan have a formal military agreement between them, a defense agreement, a treaty. What it says is very simple. If one of them comes under attack, the other one is required to stand beside it militarily. Required, not recommended, not suggested. Required by the terms of the agreement. This is a binding obligation between these two nations. So, Saudi Arabia formally enters this war against Iran. And the moment that happens, Pakistan has no choice. Pakistan is bound by this agreement to enter alongside Saudi Arabia. Not because Pakistan has a problem with Iran, not because Pakistan chose this conflict, but because the treaty requires it. Pakistan gets pulled in automatically. Now, I want you to look at a map for a moment. Look at where Pakistan actually sits in relation to Iran.
Pause it.
Pakistan is on.
Pause it. I got a map. Pull up the map. So look, the thing is, Pakistan is a nuclear power. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia made that defense pact last June during the 12-day war, when Iran and Israel went to fighting before, and they went to shooting missiles at everything. And America didn't protect Saudi Arabia, so Saudi Arabia said, you know what? I got to get somebody closer to home. They got the power to protect me because, like we said, nigga, you got to come to the house.
You got to come back home.
You got to come to the house. You can't even lay your head down. So now, look at this. Here's Iran, right? We can see Iran, right?
Right.
We can see Saudi Arabia over there to the left. And now we see Pakistan right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look around, right? If you can look around, right there where you can see the Strait of Hormuz, you can see Kuwait over there, Iraq. You can see all the different places where they have been shooting at, right? All these different, and you see the River Euphrates flows right into the Strait of Hormuz right there. All of that right there. That is a very, very key thing. So you see how close they are. Pakistan is on the right of them. Saudi Arabia is on the left, whichever way you're looking. So now, they very, very close. Go back to the man video in video 6 where we started it.
Iran's eastern side. Now think about how this war has been fought so far. Every strike has come from the west. American forces, Israeli forces hitting Iran from the west, from the Mediterranean, from carriers in the Arabian Sea, from Gulf bases. Iran has been focused entirely westward. Its defenses are oriented westward. But the moment Pakistan enters, a completely new front opens up on Iran's eastern side.
So
Iran is no longer...
That's it. So the point is, if this war finna expand,
yes,
the only thing, that's one of the reasons, like we said, Saudi Arabia has been getting hit, but they haven't formally declared war because they are afraid to expand the war that far.
Right.
Because then, if they formally declare war against Iran, Pakistan, a nuclear power country, got to step in. Mm-hmm. And then India right next to them, and they got nukes too.
Yeah.
So a lot of different. They see Iran don't really. They already kind of like kamikaze right now. They shooting at everybody, and it can really, if tactical nuclear warheads start getting thrown around on these oil facilities, it's just over with.
And if they hit an actual nuclear site,
oh yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Then you got a whole nother thing to fall out. Now, everything that America been doing and fighting this war, right? You can see that these other countries are seeing that. Look, America, like the video that Captain Get Alive put out there, used to show, right? It said if America's weak, why? Iran is weak. Yeah, right. So you see what's going on, just like with Russia and Ukraine. Russia huge. Then they still fighting with Ukraine. It's very, very hard to take over a country.
Yeah.
It don't matter how small it is. It's very, very hard to take over a country, and they don't want to go in with ground troops. They see Russia, a nuclear power, still ain't beat Ukraine.
Right.
They still struggling. And America sending them weapons and everything else. So what's going on is these other countries are looking at America like, you ain't as strong as you say you is. Mm-hmm. You ain't been able to protect none of these allies that you so-called had. They looking at them like, you know what? Give me Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14.
They fighting two different wars though. America trying to win by bombing them. Iran trying to win economically.
Right.
Yeah.
They fighting two different styles of war. It's very, very different.
That's that clay.
But that's why Iran came up with the brilliant idea, because a lot of time people don't understand Iran has uranium mines, and the uranium is fuel to utilize towards those nuclear facilities that they have over there. 99% of that comes from the uranium to help electrify the facilities over there. So here it is. These people got resources. America ain't got no resources.
Not at all.
We ain't got, our dollar ain't backed on no type of resources whatsoever. These folks got real resources. And that's the reason why they tired of America ripping them off, taking all their resources, and then trading their resources with the American currency. That's the reason why they said, hey, if we do open up the Strait of Hormuz, and we basically sell y'all oil, y'all basically have to pay us in Chinese currency.
The yen.
Yeah. They got. Yeah, you got to try. They want their payments in that currency, not the American dollar.
The petrodollar.
So the whole time they trying to bankrupt the American dollar in the process at the same time.
Right.
So these people are, the Lord giving them that mind that Satan gave Esau to take over the world. He putting their mind in the right place to think about the right thing at the right time.
Isaiah 14 and 10. Because these nations looking like, wait a minute, I thought you was the big bad bully. Nah. What's going on? Hey.
You know, when that person take over the bully, all of the people that the bully jump on that bully.
What you said? Read what you got.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
So look, that's what they saying. They're like, hold on. Wait a minute. Are they like us? I thought they was tough. Huh? They can't even beat them. Oh, you know what? All the plans that we had, let's start making our moves. Let me show you something. What's going on over there in the Far East? And when you get Revelation 16 for me, look, we're going to get this video right here. Where I'm at?
There's a chink in your armor.
There's a chink in the armor. So, I talked about Korea earlier. Korea was one of our, supposedly one of the allies that America was supposed to protect. And with all this stuff going on in the Middle East, let's see what happened. Because America, you know, they'll say that we got your back, but then they'll leave you out to dry in a minute. Watch this.
Concerns continue to escalate over the reported redeployment of key US forces' Korea defensive systems to the Middle East, as North Korea has conducted its second test of apparently nuclear-capable cruise missiles from a warship in less than a week. Earlier this week, we reported on large American military transport planes coming and going from Osan Air Base in Pyeongtaek. Though yet to be officially confirmed, it looks like the US is moving not only Patriot missile batteries, but also elements of its Terminal High Altitude Area Defense anti-missile system. This is the same THAAD that, when first deployed here, led to billions of dollars in losses for South Korea due to China's economic retaliatory measures. And these images show a THAAD system being dismantled at a US military base in Seongju on Tuesday, and then moved on heavy trucks. It's been widely discussed how America is going to cope with the depletion of interceptor missiles in the face of a barrage of Iranian missiles and drones. And we only have to look to last summer for an example of how 2 USFK Patriot batteries were temporarily deployed to the Middle East.
Stop. Look. So, the missile defense system that South Korea has, the US said, you know what, hey, we need that back. Gotta borrow that. We gotta send it to my partner Saudi over here because all their stuff got blowed up. So
they need backup.
So we need to get that up off of you. Soon as they did that, North Korea looking like, hey, wait a minute. Video 11.
And the whole time, America is breaking all the international
laws over with. No, that's done. It's done.
And these nations know that. They done picked up on that, and they was like, oh, hell no. Exactly. You want to play this game?
So the glove is off.
Right.
Yeah, blood in the water.
All the gloves is off. Ain't no more international law. Because who going to enforce it? America ain't enforcing it. So let's go.
Missiles roar from North Korea again. 10 launches tear across East Asia's skies as Japan triggers emergency alerts and Allied forces drill nearby. A warning, a message, or the start of something far more dangerous.
Yeah.
Tensions have surged in East Asia after a fresh show of force from North Korea triggered emergency alerts in Japan.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Japan, they have to get in this war.
They scared.
If Iran cut off the Strait of Hormuz and it's gonna directly affect them.
Oh no, they already hurting. Back.
Right. If they keep the longer they keep that strait closed, these folks is gonna slowly dwindle away. So they got to choose. A lot of these countries, like you said, is going to force them to choose sides quicker than a lot of other countries that's able to lay back.
All right. So that's what I'm saying. Look, we already see NATO finna come down, right?
Yeah.
Now you got he said Japan and South Korea was coming with those other 22 nations to come down, right? Because they actual infrastructure and their economics is being killed
Depend on it.
So they got skin in the game. They got to come down to the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Right. Yeah.
They got to come down.
The Lord is
a mastermind. Hold on, let's get what I say. Revelation 16.
Yes, sir. You said 16.
Yeah, Revelation 16. Let me see what I wanted. 16 and verse 12.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 12.
And pull back up that map. Read again.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vials upon the great river Euphrates.
Hold on. The great river Euphrates.
Yes, sir.
The sixth angel poured his vial out upon the great river Euphrates. Read.
And the water thereof was dried up.
Now, you can see that literally the water of the Euphrates has been drying up over the past 5, 6, 7 years, right?
We see
but zoom in on the map right there. We see Euphrates, and look, we're looking at what does this Euphrates pour into? Hold on, zoom in. You see Euphrates? There's the river.
Yeah.
Go all the way
Right
down
into
Persian
it.
Gulf, Kuwait, and the Persian Gulf go all the way down to what? The Strait of Hormuz. What else is being dried up? That oil pipeline.
Yeah.
And so maybe the words that the Lord used. Go read it from the top again.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 12.
Go down some. Go down. Keep the map on it and go down some. Go down. Go down.
Just to the right.
To the right. To the right. Yep.
There
Yep.
you
To the
go.
right. To the right. Now we're looking
See
at the Strait of
Bahrain.
Hormuz.
You see all them, yeah.
Like go up just a little taste so we can see the rest of it. Boom. So now you see the Strait of Hormuz right there, right? The Euphrates poured into this. Read from the top.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 16 and verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vials upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up.
Read.
That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
The kings of the east, like who? Moab.
Yeah.
Like Ammon. This is Japan. This is Korea. This is all these people. Look, these people finna come to war over this spot. They got to come.
Yeah.
The Lord said, look, let's dry up. What we say when we cutting off your resources, like you let people borrow your money and they keep borrowing it, like, look,
You gotta
cut your water off. Gotta dry you up. It's over with. They gotta come down because their water getting cut off right here.
Yeah.
And the Lord said,
remember the Lord said that he wasn't gonna let it rain on the nations that didn't want to come up and serve us.
Gotta cut
They
the
go in
water.
and tell you gotta cut your
the
water off.
Look.
Hey, you know the Lord black.
This spot right here, I'm trying to tell you. Come on. So now, matter of fact, so guess what else is going on? Meanwhile, while this is going on, another nation is seeing that America, you too busy doing everything else, and you ain't as strong as you said you is. Give me this and give me video number 9.
This war is helping other nations see that America ain't as strong as bad as they say they are.
This is almost the worst thing that's happening to America.
Right, they see
here.
America as weakened before their eyes.
Right.
So they getting emboldened to do a lot that they wouldn't they wouldn't normally do.
This is war.
So centralizing the actual the soldier system. I mean, the military system worked for a very long time as far as being industrialized and stuff like that. But now it's a new war. It's decentralized. That's how the weak nations, air quotes, has I guess you would say equaled out the fight.
Right.
You know, decent. Now they can just launch a drone at a tennis court.
Right. And America trying to fight, they got to fight on too many fronts.
Right.
We got spread out, and we don't have a large standing army, which is going to be needed to actually conquer. So they want to do a regime change. You got to put boots on the ground.
Exactly.
And that's going to really cause a lot of stir up over here because these people, these good white folks don't want to send their good white boys over there to die.
No.
So they flirting with the draft and all that. These folks gonna cut a rug over here. They gonna cut a shine back there.
Civil War.
I'm trying.
America can't even control America.
Exactly.
And they in everybody country trying to put their hand in all type of matter of war and resource pulling.
Right. And when war a lot different now when you can get a drone and just drop all type of ordnance on people.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was trying to get a script.
You there?
You in there?
Oh man, we ain't see you over
bring it
there.
over. Boy, where you been?
Hey, move kind of quick. Hey, Isaiah 14.
Bring it out.
14. Gonna start at verse 10, then we're gonna jump to verse 16.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
So all the nations looking at America like, you become weak like us, you ain't as strong as you saying that you are or what you portraying. Read on.
Art thou become like unto us?
Jump to verse 16.
Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon
So
thee.
now they narrowly looking upon America. They considering like, hold on, you got all these ways that you don't know how to war. Because America, how do they war? They go through and they do gruesome acts. They go straight through for the jugular to kill you. But they not sitting back and mobilizing properly. So read that again.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee.
Read.
And consider thee.
What they gonna say?
Saying, is this the man?
Is this what?
Is this the man?
Hey, you regular. Is this the man? Read.
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
So are you the one that's been dropping all these bombs, going into everybody else's land, covered in fields, taking all this stuff? Are you the man that's doing this, and now you can't even hold down your own area? That's what it's saying. Read.
That did shake kingdoms.
That did shake kingdoms. One more, Jeremiah 49. Jeremiah 49.
Bring it out. We're glad you're here.
Yes,
Bring
sir.
it out.
All praises. Yeah.
Hey, I got one right after you, man.
Jeremiah 49.
Been holding this one for a while.
Yeah.
Now.
We
They
in
just
this
mixed
building.
right together.
Straight up.
All right. Start at verse 10.
This the book of Jeremiah. Oh, Lord.
Because he
Jeremiah
said
49.
man,
Man.
because he said man because everybody looks at the America like a god.
Yeah.
Right.
You ain't a
You ain't a guy. Oh,
no
you
more.
just a man.
Hey, what
like
they call him? The
Yeah.
man.
The
They
man.
call him the man. Like,
Yeah, you
we call
believe-
him the man when it comes to your money, your check, and
Right.
all
The
this.
man trying to
but
hold
they
you back.
Hey.
they looking at him like, oh, you bleed too.
Hey, for real.
This the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, and verse 10. Let's go. But I have made Esau barren.
You see that? The Lord made Esau bare. He's showing them, hey, attack them like this. They not paying attention. They ain't got all the power that they think they got. They pride has deceived them, read.
I have uncovered his secret place.
So all the secrets of America is being revealed. They secret places, their intentions and all that stuff, read.
And he shall not be able to hide himself.
You can't hide no more. You can't hide behind war or what you say you got, your missiles, your bombs, and all this other type of stuff. You can be touched, read.
His seed is spoiled.
They riding, read.
And his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not.
Jump to verse 12.
Verse 12. For thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup,
Right.
have assuredly drinking.
So guess what? We drunk of the cup. We drunk of these curses, the wrath of the Lord. But guess what? Watch this, read.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
So that's a question. The Lord like, hey, you think you going to go unpunished? You think I ain't finna make these nations come and get you?
And when I punish my own?
When I punish my own,
Hell
I got
yeah.
my own
Get 'em,
kids.
Lord.
Yeah.
Get 'em.
He said, hey, read that again.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
So the Lord said, you think you going to be acquitted for this. Okay, read.
Thou shalt not go unpunished.
Read.
But thou shalt surely drink of it.
You gonna get bombed. All these atrocities gonna happen to you. You going to drink of that cup. Read on.
For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord.
Jump to verse 14. We're gonna get to the point. Jump.
Verse 14. I have heard a rumor.
He heard what?
I have heard a rumor.
So these nations, remember, they considering. And this is the rumor right here. Read.
From the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen.
Read.
Saying, gather ye together and come against her.
Guess what? The Lord said, gather ye together and come against her. Meaning what? They gonna go down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. They gonna come against America. That's how it's gonna happen. Right, that's what's gonna happen. Finish that out.
And rise up to the battle.
And rise up to the battle. This is war. It's simple. This is war. That's all I got.
The Lord is bringing, like I said, the Lord, like you said, the Lord bringing all these nations to the battle, to the valley of Jehoshaphat. They're gonna be fighting each other. Though we know how this gonna end, right?
Right.
They know. Look, they're gonna be fighting each other. Then Christ gonna pop up. Then they're gonna be like, hold up, we gotta fight that nigga.
Yeah, let's get him.
Yeah. Hey, get that in Nahum 3 real quick. Nahum 3. It's 1085, page 1085. I gotta help you out on Nahum.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? The brother got glasses on. We gotta help the citizen. The senior citizen, my bad. 1084, 1085, the third chapter, verse 1. Nahum 3 and 1.
I got you.
He got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Bring it out.
The book of Nahum, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Woe to the bloody city.
So the Lord said, death, destruction, nuclear fire to that bloody city. Read.
It is all full of lies and robbery.
What America built on? Breaking every treaty. They ain't kept a treaty
that they ever was a part of.
Oh, so we just saw that they said that we're gonna stop bombing Iran for 5 days, and the next day, bam,
They bombed.
Same night.
Even over there with Israel and Palestine, they had a 100-day ceasefire.
Oh no! Every day they shot somebody.
Every day they shot somebody, and it was equivalent to 110 kids that had died within them 100 days that they had the ceasefire. Read on.
The prey departed not.
He says the prey don't depart it. Read.
The noise of a whip. And the noise of the rattling of the wheels.
And this going into war. Read.
And of the
prancing
horses. And of the jumping chariots.
Read on.
The horsemen lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear.
You see that? The horsemen got bright swords and glittering spears. This going into war.
It's all weaponry. When it's talking about those, prancing horses and chariots, like that's all. Those your heavy artillery tanks. That's your missile systems. All the weaponry and the vehicles they got for war. That's what the Lord talking about.
Right there.
They didn't have that back then.
Right. So this is how they had to describe it.
This is how they describe it.
Glittering spear.
Yeah.
Right.
That's that shiny rocket going through the sky.
That snake, that little sparkle, like a dropping star. Like we said, they go a falling star. Nah, they're falling bombs.
Come on!
Read on.
And there is a multitude of slain.
The Lord says it's gonna be a multitude and slain. Read.
And a great number of carcasses.
It's gonna be bodies everywhere. Read.
And there is none end of their corpse. They stumbled upon their corpse.
You see how many dead bodies gonna be laying everywhere?
Falling over.
You're gonna be falling over dead bodies around this just. It's gonna be bodies everywhere from this war that's gonna take place. Read.
Because of the multitude of the whoredom.
The Lord said this all gonna happen because of the multitude of the whoredom that is committed by America. Read.
Of the well-favored harlot.
They are called by God the well-favored harlot.
Everybody loved it.
Everybody love America. Everybody let America set up U.S. embassy in their land. Everybody go love the stock market and trying to benefit through America. Read on. Everybody trying to get here. This is the great melting pots of the nations. Read.
The mysteries of witchcraft.
And they get it because they are performing witchcraft. It's called them the mistress of witchcraft. Read.
They sell it nations.
How they sell nations? Because they say, you know what? We're gonna trade these resources right here, but we're gonna use the American dollar, and we're gonna value your dollar compared to our dollar. One of your dollar is gonna be equivalent to a penny of our dollar.
Crazy.
Or 7 of your dollars is gonna be equivalent to 1 of our dollars. Read on.
Through her whoredoms. And families through her witchcraft.
And she felt families. Look at the people that's being affected all over the earth. These families that's being judged. Why? Because of the lies and witchcraft of America. Read on.
Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts.
So who is the orchestrator of the war that's going on? It's the Lord.
Right, that's right.
Read on.
And I will discover thy skirts.
The Lord said, I'm going to discover your skirts. Read.
Upon thy face.
And it's going to be written all over your face the way everybody can see you for who you really is. Read.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness.
That's how you know these nations is going to be looking like, oh, America is weak. America ain't as strong as they say they are. They military can't be everywhere at one time.
Let him cook.
Read on.
And the kingdoms, they shame.
And it says, I'm going to show the kingdoms thy shame. The Lord is going to reveal America for who they is in front of all the nations.
Hey, the world sees it now. The world sees it. And they saying, you know what? You can't be in every place at one time. Get that video. What I asked for video, was it 10? Was it 10?
That's the real definition of your own.
No, video number 9.
Video
number 9. Video number 9. Play we got, because it's another big player that said, you know what? Oh, you doing too much. Let me see what's going on.
You over here? Oh, let me go over there.
Yeah, right. Watch this.
They playing chess around this joint.
The world ain't playing with America no more. This war has exposed. This war is what you just saw. they seeing they shame. The Lord is pulling up
Pulling that
America's
skirt.
skirt and saying,
Yeah.
you know, hey, wait a minute, that's a hoe.
Hell yeah.
And you can't be everywhere.
That damn vagina been around the block several times. Man,
What you got?
sleep with everybody.
Suppose Taiwan is invaded, what happens next? I think day one, market crashes. The 6 biggest companies, Magnificent Seven, their entire business relies on chips. 6 months in, war is probably happening. The supply of chips for making new cars, gone or sequestered to make military shit. And we don't even know how to make non-semiconductor induced cars, right? Like this unholy concoction with all these like chips. Every Tesla door handle has like 4 chips in it. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why? There's like 2,000 plus chips, even in an internal combustion engine vehicle. This all shuts down. Not all of the production. There's some in Europe, there's some in the US, there's some in Japan.
Yeah, the
there's
Europe,
some in
they're
Singapore.
gonna bring in a guy to work on Saturday until
Well,
4. We all worry about AI. The reality is you're not gonna get your fridge, you're not gonna get your cars, you're not gonna get everything. And then there's the human part of it, right? It's all terrible. Like it's depressing.
I think,
and I live there.
So, I thought I had that video. You know what? I think it's so right when all this stuff is going down. I might have to send this last video for y'all so we can see it. So, China, surrounded Taiwan and just like, you know what? We've been saying we want to take this place for a long time. They just ain't really just made the move just yet.
Maybe it's time.
Yeah, like that's why I went there, because we get 90% of our computer chips and stuff like that from Taiwan.
Yeah.
And guess who's supposed to be protecting Taiwan?
America.
Can't do it. Watch. I think I still got the video in the prep.
The hell they gonna do with all them Teslas? You know Elon Musk gonna cut a rug
Oh
now.
no, yeah, you messing
The
with
stocks go down if they want to.
Yeah.
Elon, Trump gonna get a personal call.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, from Elon, man.
What he
Them
gonna say?
chips get to coming up, miss.
Yeah, straight up. Because
Hey man, you know, they stick together, but that's the beautiful thing about the Lord. The Lord see all of the behind the scenes prepping and planning and secret plots that they're doing, and the Lord is slowly separating that stuff and putting in their minds. Get that in my heart is the heart of the kings. The Lord got it. Yeah. Get that real quick. But see, the Lord, he put his thoughts in man's head and have man to operate to carry the thoughts out to the point where now the Lord's like, all right, no, I don't want that to happen right there. Remember Pharaoh? Pharaoh wanted to let the people go, but the Lord said, nah, I'm going to put in his heart, you ain't going to let him go, so that he can continuously perform his ways so that Israel can know, like, dang, this all God, he fighting for us. But in today's time, all people ain't looking at it. All people ain't looking like, dang, God is actually doing this for us. He's actually weakening America and having war to go on over in the eastern countries and to affect the entire earth, all for our sake, for us to be put back into the land righteously and for us to rule everybody in the entire earth. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Read what you got.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
So no matter what they want to do, no matter what plan they come up with, so on and so forth, guess what? At the end of the day, God's plan will surpass and supersede man's plans.
Right.
Because that's what they're dealing with. That's the reason why the Lord said, look, when I come back, I ain't coming back as a man. Give me that in Isaiah 55, verse 8 real quick. No, go ahead. That's it. No, get Isaiah 55. Give Isaiah 55, 8 real quick. Just in case somebody think that America is going to last forever. The Lord said he put his thoughts and plans in man's mind and let man operate at how he want them to operate so that prophecy can be fulfilled in this Bible. Read what you got.
Right. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Read.
Neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord.
The Lord said this. Now jump to verse 6.
Verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
And for all you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American, this ain't the time to sit back. This is the time to watch and pray and to seek your God's face, because in that day and time where a side got to be chosen, all these nations are already choosing sides. Whose side are you going to be leaning on? Hopefully you're going to be leaning on the Lord's side. So you thought we was crazy the whole time when we got the truth and we simply trying to help you.
And been
reach your
telling them to
salvation.
prepare.
Been telling them. But go ahead, Ops.
Nah, play the video I just sent. Play the video we got just sent. It's gonna be the last one. We're gonna end it up off some scriptures after that, and then we're gonna be up out of this thing. Play what you got. 'Cause I played that video about Taiwan and showed you what the aftermath if Taiwan is taken, right? What the effect that's gonna be. But all this is happening while America and Israel and all these other nations, these 22 other nations about to come from NATO, is about to be in the Valley of Decision. Watch this.
China's military activity around Taiwan is ramping up again. After nearly 2 weeks of unusual calm, Chinese warplanes have suddenly returned to the skies near the island. It comes just days ahead of a possible visit to China by US President Donald Trump. China has been steadily increasing military pressure on Taiwan for years, but when activity suddenly drops and then surges again like this, analysts start looking for signals. So what exactly is China trying to do here? Is the situation in the Taiwan Strait starting to escalate? We spoke to Professor Alessio Patalano to find out.
This is a significant exercise, part because it's one of the major exercises in the yearly planning of the PLA, and partly because, like most of the other major exercises, it is designed to give a sense of what are the type of military operations that the Chinese are looking at as likely operation that might see them being asked to conduct. And this is about very much some type of larger scale military activity designed to ensure air superiority across the straits, and then from there enable other military operations. So it is significant, although it is not out of the ordinary in the sense of the type of exercises that usually during this period of time the Chinese would put in place. This is not particularly larger or smaller. It's perfectly aligned with the type of activity that one would expect the PLA to put in place. The PLA flies regular missions for at least 3 different reasons. One is large sort of scale exercises like this one, then service single exercises, which are usually smaller scale. And then the third thing is for the conduct of what in East Asia is usually defined as grey zone activities, or we would call them in Europe sub-threshold military actions. These are actions by which the use of military force, the use of military power is designed to send a political message through military coercive activities. In the case of Taiwan,
these exercises, the stuff that China's doing, can be used to send a political message to these other. The message is, hey, the only reason we ain't invaded and took over, we just kind of doing you a solid right now, because it ain't really much you can do about it right now.
Yeah.
America already took their missile defense systems away from Korea. They moved a lot of the artillery out to move to the Middle East. So now China like, hey, you ain't got nothing to protect these people over here, and we've been wanting to get Taiwan back. So what you really want to do?
Choose up.
It's basically like, what you trying to do? What you want to do? You know it.
Get chose now.
Hey. Go back to Joel 3. All nations coming to the Valley of Jehoshaphat. They narrowly looking upon it, America, and saying, you ain't got it like you said you had it. You thought you was tough. We thought you was tough. But now we starting to see different. So a lot of changes in the world is coming. If China take Taiwan, hey, you can forget your Samsung TVs and your cheap phones and stuff too. Look,
it's over with.
Hey,
not
the walkie-talkies we got. Hey,
not my cricket, man.
All of that, cricket, T-Mobile, all that. Hey, these iPhones everybody loves so much.
A lot of people, bro, they gonna die.
Hey, yesterday's price ain't
without
the same
that phone,
price.
They gonna die, man.
Hey, you just made me think about
He said something else.
Pacemakers.
Yeah, the guy
I
said.
just thought about it.
We think about the phones and the TV. He said you ain't gonna be able to get your refrigerator. It's chips in your refrigerator.
Yeah.
It's chips in your cars. He said every Tesla got about 4 chips in the handle of the door handle. So listen, Taiwan supply the world with like 90% of their stuff. And with wars like that to go on, you got to understand why other countries that don't have anything to do with certain skirmishes get involved. Think about it. We hit Japan with 2 nuclear bombs in 1945.
Yeah, roughly.
What the hell Japan jumping?
By the way, they won that war.
Right.
America didn't win it.
Like, what the hell did Japan jump in the war for? We were fighting Germany, wasn't it? And the Axis power, they had nothing to do with it. Yeah. Resources, things like that. They was like, look, we see that they weak. Let's take advantage. So countries like China, stuff like this going on, hey, they gonna take advantage because countries that ain't got nothing to do with it, they been waiting. They got something to do with
They
it.
sitting back waiting on their opportunity.
Waiting on opportunity. So now go back to Joel 3.
Yes, sir. Where you want off?
Verse 11.
This the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thou mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathens be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I set to judge all the heathens round about.
Verse 14.
Verse 14. Multitudes in the valley of decisions. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
And that's what we've been trying to tell y'all. The day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. All of this stuff that's happening and the things that we see that's formulating right now, the world not gonna be the same. It's not going back to what it used to be just a month ago. It's very, very different now. And 2-3 months from here, 6 months from now, the birthing pains just get more frequent and more stronger.
Yeah.
It's not the same world that you used to live in no more. Multitudes in the valley of decision. The Lord is getting ready to judge this earth, and we just telling y'all, repent, keep the commandments, watch and pray.
Right.
Prepare.
Right.
All these things, stop taking this stuff for granted and stop thinking that the Lord is playing. A lot of these countries seeing that the Lord ain't playing. A lot of people around the world, it just ain't hit home as strong as it's going to be hit. Think about what Cuba feel right now. A blackout for the last weeks or so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people dying.
Right.
With no energy.
No oxygen.
A lot of people dying with no hospitals.
Yep.
What about when the power go out? Look, your water system, your septic system don't work no more. They bombing all these countries. They bombing desalination plants. You know the Persian Gulf. Those countries get all their water, most of their water from pumping ocean water into plants, desalination plants, to take the salt out of ocean water so they can drink it.
All right.
They bombing those plants. So ain't no water no more. And then folks live in the desert.
No, they need that.
Things are gonna happen on the same stuff that happened right then can happen right here. So look, don't fall asleep. You got anything?
Yeah, give me Psalms 149 real quick.
Let's go.
Start with verse 1, man. We finna get a rundown before we end the show, man.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 149 and verse 1. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
Man, my watch went off. It said loud environment. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Come on,
read what you got.
Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song.
Read.
In his praise in the congregation of saints.
Come on.
Let Israel rejoice in him that made him.
Read.
Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king.
All praises. Read.
Let them praise his name in the dance.
Read.
Let them sing praises unto him with the tremble and harp.
Read.
For the Lord taking pleasure in his people.
The Lord taking pleasure in his people. Read.
He will beautify the meek with salvation.
Come on.
Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing out loud upon their beds.
Sing from the rooftops, all on all beds. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on,
go ahead.
man.
Let's go.
Let the high praise of God be in their mouth.
Let it be in all mouth. Read.
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
In our hands is raw. Read.
To execute vengeance.
To execute what?
To execute vengeance
Read
upon the heathen.
And
punishment upon the people.
Read.
To bind the kings with chains.
To do what?
To bind the kings with chains.
To bind their kings with chains.
And the nobles.
That's your Netanyahu. Benjamin BB Netanyahu. That's your Queen Elizabeth. Even when she was living, whoever else, king, the princes. That's
the
all
Saudi
of
princes. That's everybody.
Princes, that's all the nations that has ruled over the earth.
And Donnie boy too.
Yes, sir. Donnie. My favorite president.
Don too.
I can't help you, Trump, in that day. Read on.
And the nobles with fiddles of iron. to execute upon them the judgment written.
The judgment written by God. Read.
This honor have all to his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
Now jump to Proverbs 1 and verse 26. Because we said the prayer, all we got to do is sit back and let the Lord do his bidding.
Praise you, Lord.
At the same time, the Lord is doing this. Read.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes.
So just like the Lord did us, you think he ain't gonna do it to them?
Right.
There's great vengeance prophesied for this kingdom to be destroyed.
That's right.
Shalom, Israel. That's
we
all
gonna laugh.
It is what it is. Y'all turn now, man. All praise to the Lord. That's another episode of Understanding Prophecy.
That's right.
That's right.
Sons of thunder. It's the fourth time around. The fourth son of Jacob. And like 4th and inches, you know we going for it. Yeah. Look. He come from the heaven with thousands. No, that ain't a lot, that's a legion. 144K on the way and they pledge their allegiance to cremate these heathens. Damn. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Had to peel off his flesh cause I couldn't trust it. Got a spiritual body, you couldn't touch it. If you dying to test it, then try your luck. That's the one up, don't run up, get done up. Loaded clip full of scripts, I'ma pull it. The word is my weapon, the word is my shield. I'm equipped for these spiritual bullets. They shoot at the perfect in secret. Reading these laws, it ain't flaw, so I keep it. Shout out to bishops and shout out to deacons. Captains and officers, I see the reason they say what we doing is treason. God body, God army, God nation. My oblation, broken spirit, consecration. Kings and priests, shining brighter than the constellation. Nukes to the north, yeah, that's abomination. For all the lies and the blaspheming. Slay the dragon, hunt down the demons. Vagabond getting judgment, and you looking at the judges.
Yo, Israel the prince of the power. I came with an army, 144,000. We move like a unit, like Nike just do it in here. Them lions come to devour, and no weapon form gon' prosper. And we in the